One.
Hello, Mr. Jamaal. For the questions that I have about you, I did a little bit of my own and a little bit from the paper. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Jamaal Solomon. I reside in beautiful Baldwin, New York. I'm a tax accountant. I went to SUNY Stony Brook for my undergraduate degree. I went to University Baruch College for my graduate degree in taxation. I have my own virtual tax accounting company called JS Tax Corporation. I have been married for over 17 years and have three wonderful, beautiful kids.
Okay. My next one is, why did you become a Kappa?
Tough question. So that's an interesting question. My father had me make one promise probably ever in my life. And right the first day of school, he said, Jamal, promise me one thing. And I'm like, man, he never asked me to promise one thing. And he said, Jamal, do not join a fraternity. I was like, see, that's easy money. But however, as I was on campus, I saw what they did on campus, the different fraternities and sororities. And more than anything, I love, how active they was in the community. Within the campus. I love the respect that they got. I love the programs that they did. And when it comes down to any fraternity, it's all about who you feel like your future self will be part of. And when I was talking to older brothers, I felt like, because it's a lifetime commitment, I felt like I'll be more into Kappas.
One more thing. So I just wanted to go back on that. Your dad asked you not to join, or he asked you to join?
Not to join. He's not in a fraternity. So
Okay.
he went to college in the 60s and 70s. I guess he didn't see them in the greatest light. So he wanted his son to graduate and not get into trouble and not party too hard. So that was his whole thing. But later in life, as he saw me, because I'm very active, he was very happy that I made the decision to this day.
Okay. That's
So I'm
actually
not saying not to listen to your parents, but sometimes you just gotta know what's best for you sometimes.
um. So my other question is, what got you here as a Kappa, like to start Kappa League in the first place? Like, what led you towards that?
Well, our chapter, Nassau-Suffolk Alumni Chapter, was charted only about 2 years ago. So we already had a Suffolk County chapter, which was probably like 5, 8 years. However, we always wanted a Nassau chapter. So people that don't know, if you out of New York and you don't know what it is, Long Island is a very long area, so sometimes it's unfair to have something in Suffolk County but not Nassau County because it's two different parts of the island. So I'm in Nassau County. My son Jarrell really wanted to be part of the Kappa League, so I said, "All right, let's do this." And we're not even 1 year yet. We probably 6 months, 5 months old, but it's
Oh,
been a great experience.
1 second.
You writing notes down there. You got me nervous. Like I want to see whether or not I'm gonna get the job or not. Hopefully I get the job.
It's going pretty well.
My family got to eat, so you gotta give me this job.
I have a question.
Yep.
What are your achievements and resolutions you hope to achieve in 2025?
You know what? I used to be the type of person that make these resolutions, but I really don't do it. What I usually do personally, I usually try to say the day before I reflect on the year and see how it went, and I pray for momentum. So certain things that I felt like I did great, like we started the Kappa League program, we doing great things. My goal is to continue the momentum, grow it, make us all stronger when it comes to my own business. I want to be more strategic and do stuff a little more efficiently. So I really don't have resolutions. It's usually about just improving on what I did the year before in general. Because what I learned, because I used to write long lists, 20, 20 item lists, and it was just useless. So, that's how I go about the New Year's.
Got it. Thank you. So, my other question is, what do you do for a living?
I'm a tax accountant. I have my virtual tax company called JS Tax Corporation. My license is an enrolled agent, which basically means that I can represent anybody in the United States of America with any tax problem. So when you see that, I'm tax really, I'm one of those people that can represent them and stuff like that with orders when people have big tax problems. And also, I could do tax returns. I do consultancy. Uh, yeah, I always thought in my life that I always knew when I was little, like I would make a good employee, but I wouldn't make a great employee because I know that eventually I will get sick of listening to my employer because I have that horrible trait about me. So that's why I kind of started my own thing. It's not easy. People do not get fooled by social media. Having your own business is a form of hazing, but you got to know your personality and what you want to deal with.
Got it. So one more time, what is the name of your online company?
JS, my initials, Tax Corporation. And the website is jstaxcorp.com.
Thank you. Okay, so my next question is, why do you feel mentoring is important?
Personally speaking, to me, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the people that gave up their free time to help me out. It started out with my parents and my sister, coaches, my teachers, family, friends, classmates, people within my village. Your parents help me out when they have advice. I hit them up with advice. So I always felt like, and what I appreciate those people that help me, they never really ask, "Hey, you owe me," or "It's time to pay me back," or something like that. When people really want to help you and mentor you and really give up their knowledge, they're just really doing it out of their goodness in their heart and hoping that you pay it forward. So I take that very seriously and I never forget all the people that helped me and I just pay it forward. I'm never going to ask you to give me anything or your parents, but it's my goal that, if I was a positive influence in your life, you do that for someone else without, asking for anything. And we need that. We can't be like, hey, I'm going to keep all my knowledge to myself, and when I die, it's just going to stay with me, or it's going to just stay with my immediate family. That's not how the world progresses and how we get over issues. We all got to play our part. I learned the hard way that can't save the world, but I could play my part into making it better.
Got it. Okay. So my next one is, what advice would you have for your younger self?
Mm. Well, knowing my younger self, I probably wouldn't listen to my older self anyway. But if my younger self would have listened to me, I would say, you know, don't really worry about what other people think about you or impress. You have greatness inside of you. Just go speak whatever's in your heart because when I was your age, I was very shy and quiet and I kept to myself. However, I always had in my mind that I had something to share to the world, but I was always too scared. And around my 30s and 40s, I said, hey, let's do this. And, this is why I'm able to communicate the way I am right now. So I would tell my younger self, hey, don't be scared, shoot your shot, say what's on your mind, whatever happens, happens, and just, go for it.
Got it. So my next question is, when you were younger, did you see yourself on the career that you have now?
No, nah, nah. The last thing ever in my mind was being a tax accountant, ever, which kind of amazes me. And that's like a big lesson of life. You could plan for all you want, but sometimes it just wasn't meant to be. I went to college for my business management degree and thought I was going to be some type of manager, whatever that meant. However, I graduated around 9/11 and jobs were just not there and I just could not find a job. And long story short, after a long wait, I had a fraternity brother recommend me to someone that owns an accounting firm. And he was also my Kappa brother, and he was able to give me my job, which I just could not get a job at the time. And he taught me everything. It's another thing. He mentored me, he taught me, he showed a lot of tough love. Shout out to Wally Harrison. Sometimes I didn't like him, but he taught me a lot of tough love. And that's why another reason why I'm into mentorship. And I develop a love of helping people with taxes. People be like, oh, person, no, 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 no. Taxes, I help. I love resolving people tax issues. It's a great feeling to know when someone comes with you a problem and you was able to resolve the issue. And I think I wanted to be a lawyer when I was around your age, but life happens.
So that was my last question. I would like to thank you for having me here, and I would like to wish you a great week.
Thank you.